Chapter 1. The Call of the North. The wind howls, biting at my skin as I stand on the cliffs, staring out over the icy waters. I feel it in my bones, something primal, something deep. The sea churns below, its dark waves crashing against the jagged rocks, yet I remain still. I once knew this place, this coastline. A different lifetime before the horns, before the blood. The ships are coming. I see their shapes now, black against the gray sky, like shadows on the water. Norscan longships. I remember those vessels, the pride that came with them, the roaring voices of warriors who lived for battle, for glory. I used to admire them, didn't I? Their strength, their savagery. I'd heard stories of their raids, how they were feared, how they respected nothing but the blade. I once longed to stand among them. Now I am here, and yet not. The blood in me stirs as they draw closer. My hands curl into claws. I can feel the beast within me already snarling, hungry for the fight that is coming. I try to push it down, try to hold on to something. The honor I thought they had? The valor in their battles? I don't know. All I know is this thing inside me, this endless hunger, and how it claws at my mind, ripping away what I was. I turn, watching the Norscans disembark from their ships. The marauders shout, roaring challenges to the sky as they ready themselves for war. I recognize their weapons, axes, swords, iron shields, the pride they wear in every scar, the tales of past victories etched into their skin. I want to admire them, to remember what it felt like to be proud of warriors like them. But there's something else, gnawing at me, twisting inside. I hate them too. Their pride, their flesh, it stirs the hunger. You can't. You're better than this. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I feel my lips pull back into a snarl. I can smell the sweat, the leather, the blood beneath their skin. I feel my muscles coil, my body tensing. They'll take you into battle with them. You can fight. You can still be like them. A lie. A pathetic lie. I don't belong with them. I don't belong anywhere. Not now. The gore in me, the beast that I am, wants to tear into them just as much as the Imperials they're about to raid. It doesn't care who the blood belongs to. Warrior or villager. Norscan or Empire soldier. It's all the same. Meat, bone, blood. I take a step forward, down from the cliffs, toward the shoreline. The cold wind whips through my fur, stings my skin. I can't feel it anymore. All I feel is the battle coming. The anticipation, the rage, the hunger. I join them in silence. The warriors shout their war cries, laugh, roar, but I say nothing. I can't speak to them. Even if I wanted to, my mouth forms only snarls, guttural growls. I've forgotten how to talk like them. But inside I still hear my own voice. The one that fights to stay human. The one that's always losing. I want to be proud of these men, of these Norscan raiders. I want to fight with them, not against them. I want to feel what I once felt, admiration, respect, the thrill of brotherhood. But I know what's coming. I know what I'll do when the blood starts flowing. I follow them to the boats, my hooves sinking into the sand, feeling the sea spray on my face. They don't fear me. Not yet. They think I'm one of them, a weapon to use, a beast to unleash. And I am. The tide is coming in, dark and heavy. The ships are ready to sail for the raid. I climb aboard, silent, eyes fixed ahead on the Imperial lands across the sea. Hold on, I tell myself. Hold on to what's left. But I know it's a lie. I know what will happen when the blood starts flowing. And this time I won't just take the lives of the Imperials. I'll take theirs too. Chapter 2: Blood on the Snow. The cold bites deep. The snow crunches under my hooves, each step sinking into the frozen ground as we close in on the village. A small place. Wooden huts, thatched roofs, the smoke from hearth fires rising into the morning air. Familiar. Too familiar. I remember villages like this. I used to protect them. I try to hold on to that memory, standing guard at the gates, keeping the people safe, watching over them from the shadows of the trees. They trusted me, even looked up to me. I used to think that was honor. Now I only bring death. The Norscans charge ahead, their war cries tearing through the icy air. Axes raised, blades gleaming. They'll slaughter the villagers. It's what they do. It's what I'm supposed to do too. But I hesitate. For just a moment I hesitate. Not them. They're innocent. You were supposed to be their protector. I can hear the screams now. The villagers are scattering, running for their lives. The warriors barrel into them, axes flashing. There's no hope for them. They're weak, defenseless, like sheep to the slaughter. I should stop it. I should. No. The beast inside me stirs deep in my gut. It claws at my chest, rising up. My muscles tighten, my breath comes heavy. The scent of fear, of fresh blood in the air. It's too much, too strong. It pulls me forward, and I can't resist it. I lunge into the fray. My claws rip through the nearest body, an imperial, a woman, her eyes wide with terror as she falls. Blood sprays across the snow, bright red against the white. It should sicken me. I should stop. But instead, I savor it. I watch the life drain from her eyes, and some part of me, deep inside, revels in it. What are you doing? But the human voice in my head is faint now, drowned by the roar of the beast. My mouth opens, a low growl rumbling from my throat. My claws dig into the snow, already soaked with blood, and I charge again. Another villager. An old man, stumbling through the snow. I remember the elderly in the villages I once protected. I remember helping them, bringing them firewood in the dead of winter. Now, I tear him apart without hesitation. His blood hits my face, warm against the cold. I feel it drip down my fur, and my tongue flicks out to taste it. Disgusting. Savage. And yet, it feels right. It feels good. More. I need more. I turn toward the next group, villagers fleeing toward the woods. I can smell their fear, and it drives me wild. The Norscans are already upon them, laughing as they swing their axes. But they're too slow, too methodical. They savor the kill, take their time. Not like me. Not like the beast I've become. I rush past them, claws swinging. The villagers fall one by one, their screams filling my ears. It's chaos. It's madness. And I love it. My body craves it, thrives in it. The beast takes over completely, and the human mind inside me, my mind, can only watch in horror. But then, it changes. The frenzy takes me deeper. A Norscan marauder is standing in my path, his axe raised high, ready to bring it down on a cowering woman. But I can't see the difference anymore. My vision blurs, and all I see is flesh. All I smell is blood. The beast doesn't care about sides, doesn't care who they are. There's no more enemy, no more ally. Only prey. I lunge at the Norscan. My claws sink into his side, tearing through his furs, through his skin, through bone. He doesn't even have time to scream. His blood sprays across my face, and I feel a savage joy rise up as I rip him apart. His body hits the snow, twitching, lifeless. No, you can't. They're your allies. They're Norscans. The human part of me screams, but the beast is stronger. So much stronger. It drowns out the voice, pushes it deep into the recesses of my mind. I'm lost in the bloodlust now, unable to stop, unable to control it. Another Norscan falls beneath my claws. His skull cracks open, spilling blood and brains into the snow. I howl in triumph, the sound echoing across the battlefield. The marauders glance at me now, eyes wide with fear. They see it too. They see the monster I am. Not just a weapon to use, not just a tool for slaughter. I am death itself, and no one is safe. I can't stop. The blood is all I know now. I rip through flesh, bone, friend, foe, it doesn't matter anymore. The human side of me is screaming, pleading for it to end, but I can't hear it. I can't hear anything but the pounding of my heart, the blood rushing in my ears, the screams, the howls, the terror. The snow is red beneath me, red everywhere. The village burns, the bodies pile up, and still I kill. Still I tear and shred and feast on the chaos I've created. And somewhere, deep inside, the human part of me dies a little more. Chapter 3: Feast of the Serpent. The village is gone. Fire still flickers in the ruins, smoke rising into the cold, gray sky. The snow beneath my feet has turned to slush, soaked with blood. Bodies lie strewn everywhere. Imperials, Norscans, men, women, children. Flesh, bone, and blood, all part of the same feast now. I stand at the edge of it all, watching. The marauders have gathered near the center of the wreckage, raising their voices in wild, joyous shouts. They're alive, and that's all that matters to them. The battle is over. The spoils are theirs. I can hear them laughing, celebrating their victory, drinking deep from the barrels of ale they found in the ruins, roasting meat over open flames. A feast to honor the gods. I remember feasts like these. I used to join them. I was a man once, a warrior. After a battle, after the blood was spilled and the enemy defeated, we would gather around the fire, just like this. Drink, eat, sing songs of glory. I remember the laughter, the warmth of camaraderie, the feeling of belonging. That was when I had a place among them. Now, I stand alone. The Norscans don't invite me to their feast. They don't even look at me, not after what I did in the village. They fear me. I see it in their eyes, the way they glance toward me from time to time, whispering among themselves. I killed their own, and they know it. They don't trust me. They never did. To them, I'm just a beast, a weapon to unleash, a monster to point in the right direction. You were supposed to fight beside them. But I didn't. I couldn't. The bloodlust took me. I couldn't tell the difference between friend and foe. It all blurred together, and I became what I am now. The fire crackles as the marauders feast, their voices rising in chants to the gods. I watch as they offer sacrifices to the serpent god, Slaanesh. They carve symbols into the flesh of the dead, chanting in the tongue of chaos. They take pleasure in the suffering they caused, offering it up like a twisted form of worship. The serpent feasts on their victory, and they revel in it. Part of me feels repulsed. This isn't honor. This isn't glory. This is madness, chaos. I want to turn away, to shut it out, but there's another part of me deep inside that's drawn to it. The beast in me understands it. It craves it. The blood, the sacrifice, the thrill of destruction. There's no honor here, but there's power. Power in the bloodshed, power in the pain. The gore inside me revels in it, just as much as they do. I glance down at my claws. They're still stained with blood, some of it fresh, some of it mine. I raise my hand to my mouth and lick it clean. The taste of it is familiar now, warm, metallic, disgusting. But the beast inside me enjoys it. Why do I still fight it? Why do I still pretend that I'm something else? On the Norscans feast, but I don't. I'm not welcome among them. I'm not one of them anymore. I don't get to sit by the fire, drink with the warriors, share in their spoils. I'm just the thing they unleashed on the battlefield. I'm the monster they point at their enemies, and when the battle is done, they leave me to the shadows. I used to be one of them. I used to be a man, but not anymore. I know that now. I don't belong with them, and I never will again. Even if I wanted to, I can't go back. The beast inside me won't let me. The bloodlust won't let me. It owns me now. The moment the fighting starts, it takes over. It tears apart everything in its path, and I lose whatever was left of myself. The Norscans see it. They know what I am. A tool of slaughter, that's all. I hear their laughter again, the sound of their revelry. They're celebrating their victory, their spoils. They laugh at the pain they caused, the lives they took, the blood they spilled. I used to laugh with them. I used to feel pride in the battles we fought. But now I feel nothing but hunger. Hunger for more blood, more carnage. I could tear through them right now. The thought rises, unbidden. I glance at the nearest Norscan, his back turned to me as he drinks. It would be so easy, so simple. One quick strike. The beast inside me surges at the thought, my claws twitching, eager to taste flesh again. I imagine the warmth of his blood spilling into the snow, and I can feel my mouth water. No. I clench my fists, forcing the thought down. I won't do it. Not now. Not here. But the beast doesn't let go. It's always there, always gnawing at the back of my mind, always pushing me toward the next kill. And I know, deep down, that it will win. It always does. I turn away from the feast, my back to the fire, the laughter, the warriors. I stand alone in the darkness, licking the blood from my claws. The snow is red beneath me, the bodies of the dead strewn around me. This is where I belong now, not among the living, not among the warriors. I belong with the dead. Chapter 4. The storm god's fury. The chains bite into my wrists. I can feel the cold iron against my skin, rough and unyielding, holding me down in the belly of the ship. Every time I move, they rattle, a constant reminder that I am no longer free. The others, those who call themselves warriors, stand above on deck, their voices carried by the wind as the ship crests the waves. I used to stand with them. Once I would have been at the helm, feeling the salt spray against my face, shouting into the wind as the ship cut through the sea. I remember the thrill of it. The power of the waves beneath me, the strength of the wind pushing us forward. It was a feeling of freedom, of purpose. I fought for something then. But that's gone now. I am chained like an animal. My body strains against the restraints. The beast inside me snarls, furious, wanting to be free. It doesn't understand these chains. It doesn't understand why I must be held down, why I can't tear apart the ship, the warriors, everything. The storm is coming, and I can feel its power rising with every wave that crashes against the hull. My body thrashes, pulling at the chains, testing their strength, desperate to be loosed into the fury of the storm. But I'm not here to fight it. I'm here to wait. The wind picks up outside. I can hear it howling through the ship's timbers, feel the deck lurch beneath me as the seas grow rough. My heart quickens. I remember the signs. A storm is brewing. No, more than that. This isn't just any storm. I can feel the presence of chaos in the air, twisting the wind, stirring the sea. The gods are watching, and they are angry. The others on the ship, they shout, laugh, curse the storm. They think they can ride it out. They don't know what's coming. But I do. You've been through this before. You know how to survive. Hold on. Stay calm. The human voice in my head speaks with reason, but it feels small, weak. I know I should listen to it. I know that once I could have guided them through this, could have navigated the storm like a true warrior of the seas. But the beast inside me, the beast doesn't care for caution or reason. It feels the storm and hungers for it. Another wave crashes against the side of the ship, harder this time, and I feel the deck shudder. The chains rattle again, but I hardly notice them now. All I feel is the storm, the fury of the sea, the power of the gods in the air. The bloodlust rises inside me, as if the storm itself is calling to the beast. Chaos stirs the sea, and it stirs the darkness within me. You're not one of them anymore, are you? I snarl, my body thrashing again, trying to break free. I can't take it. The restraint. The confinement. The rage is boiling over, filling me, drowning out every thought, every memory of what I once was. I want to tear apart the ship, rip through the wood, feel the blood of the warriors above spill across the deck. I want to become the storm. Outside, the sky darkens, thunder rolling in the distance. The Norscans are shouting now, struggling to keep the ship steady as the waves rise higher. But their voices sound so distant, so meaningless. I don't care about their struggle. They're nothing to me, nothing but prey. The beast inside me roars, and I can feel its hunger growing. The storm is its call, its invitation to let go, to give in. Chaos is in the wind, in the waves, in the very heart of the storm, and I feel more connected to it than I ever was to the warriors above. This is where I belong now, not with them, but with the storm, with the gods. No, you were a warrior once. You had purpose. You can still have control. The human side of me fights back, whispering its warnings, trying to hold on. But its voice is so weak now, barely audible beneath the roar of the storm and the howl of the beast within me. My claws scrape against the wood as I strain again, my breath coming in ragged gasps. I need to be free. I need to feel the storm on my skin, the chaos in my veins. The ship lurches violently, nearly throwing me against the wall. I hear the shouts of the Norscans above, their voices tinged with fear now. They're losing control. They know it. I can smell their fear, even through the storm, and it makes me salivate. Another wave crashes, and I feel the ship tilt, the deck groaning under the strain. The storm is taking it. The gods are taking it. I pull against the chains again, harder this time. The iron digs into my skin, cutting deep, but I don't feel the pain. All I feel is the rage, the storm, the power rising inside me. Hold on. Resist it. Don't lose yourself. But I'm already lost. The storm outside, the chaos within, it's all the same. The gods are watching, and they want blood. My blood, their blood, it doesn't matter. Only the storm matters now. Only the fury of chaos matters. I pull again, and this time I hear the chains creak. They're weakening. I can feel it. The beast inside me howls in triumph, and I pull harder, throwing my weight against them. The ship tilts again, and the chains groan under the strain. I'm almost free. Almost. Another crack of thunder, louder this time, and the ship shudders beneath me. The wind howls, the waves crash, and the chains snap. I am free. I rise to my feet, my claws scraping against the deck as I lurch toward the stairs, my body still shaking with the fury of the storm. The Norscans won't see me coming. They won't know what hit them. I will tear them apart, just like the storm is tearing apart the sea. Chaos is in the wind, in the waves, in my blood. I am the storm. Chapter 5, The Battle of Broken Shields. The cold air stings my skin, even through the fur, but I barely notice it. The snow beneath my hooves crunches, the sound lost beneath the pounding war drums echoing across the valley. Ahead of me, a sea of Norscan shields gleams in the weak winter sun, their axes raised high, battle cries tearing through the frozen air. 2 warbands, 1 battlefield, no mercy. I can feel the tension in the air. The Norscans beside me are ready to spill blood, ready to die for their gods. I remember this feeling, The anticipation before battle, the thrill, the pride. It was once mine too. There's a part of me that still remembers standing shoulder to shoulder with warriors like these, feeling the strength of my brothers beside me. But now I am nothing but a beast. My body thrums with the need to kill, to taste blood. My claws twitch at my sides, aching for the fight. The Norscan chieftains shout commands, rallying their men, but their words mean nothing to me. The only thing I hear now is the pounding of my heart, the roaring in my ears, the bloodlust rising within me like a storm. The rival war band across the valley surges forward, and everything inside me snaps. I charge. The others rush into the fray beside me, their axes gleaming, shields crashing together with the force of thunder. But I don't see them. I don't care. All I see is the wall of flesh and bone in front of me, the enemy waiting to be torn apart. My claws sink into the first man, his scream cut short as I rip him open. Blood sprays across the snow hot and thick, and something inside me growls in satisfaction. The beast is free now, fully unleashed, and I let it take over. I let it drown out the voice in my head, the one that still tries to hold me back. Fight beside them. Fight for something. Don't lose yourself again. But it's too late. The blood is already flowing, and I can't stop it. I don't want to stop it. I slam into the next warrior, my claws carving through armor and flesh with ease. His shield splinters under the force of my blow, his body crumpling beneath me. The beast inside me howls in triumph as I tear him apart, blood staining the snow beneath us. Around me, the Norscans fight with their axes and swords, their war cries filling the air. They fight with honor. They fight with purpose. I fight only to kill. The battlefield is chaos. Warriors clash, shields shatter, bodies fall. The snow is red beneath my feet, and I can't tell where one body ends and the next begins. My claws are soaked with blood, my vision blurred by the frenzy of the fight. You were one of them. You were a warrior once. You fought with them. I see a Norscan beside me, one of ours, his axe raised high as he fights off an enemy. I should be at his side, fighting with him, protecting him. But all I see is flesh, all I smell is blood. The beast doesn't care. It doesn't know the difference between ally and foe. I lunge at him. My claws tear through his armor, through his skin. His eyes widen in shock, his mouth opening in a scream that never comes. He falls, and I stand over him, watching the life drain from his eyes. No, he was one of ours. But the beast howls with glee, reveling in the kill. It doesn't care. It never cared. I feel sick. Some part of me, buried deep inside, screams in horror, but I can't hear it. The bloodlust is too strong. The battlefield is a blur of red, of bodies, of violence. The enemy warband surges around me, but I don't stop to think. I don't stop to choose my targets. I just kill. I kill everything in front of me. More bodies fall. More blood on the snow. I rip through flesh and bone, lost in the frenzy, lost in the rage. I see another Norscan, another one of ours, and before I can stop myself, my claws are already at his throat. His blood sprays across my face, warm and thick, and I feel the beast inside me roar in triumph. Stop. You have to stop. They're your brothers. But I can't. I can't stop. The beast doesn't stop. It wants more. It always wants more. The battle rages around me, the clash of steel and the screams of the dying filling the air, but all I feel is the blood on my hands, the power coursing through my veins. I am no longer a warrior. I am no longer a warrior. I am no longer a man. I am a monster, and this is where I belong, among the dead, among the blood and the chaos. The beast has won. It always wins. More Norscans fall, their bodies broken beneath my claws, their blood staining the snow. I don't know how many I've killed now. Enemy, ally, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. The battle is endless. The bloodlust is endless. There is no honor here, no pride, no glory. Only death. I was supposed to fight with them. I was supposed to be one of them. But I'm not. Not anymore. I stand in the center of the battlefield, surrounded by the bodies of the dead, my breath coming in ragged gasps. Blood drips from my claws, pooling in the snow beneath me. The battle is still raging around me, but I don't hear it anymore. All I hear is the silence inside my head, the silence of the man I used to be. He's gone now. Chapter 6. The Price of Glory. The battlefield is quiet now. The war cries are gone, the clash of steel replaced by the eerie silence of death. The snow, once white and pure, is stained red, thick with blood. Bodies lie scattered everywhere, warriors, beasts, broken shields, shattered weapons. What was once a battle is now a graveyard. I walk among the dead, my hooves sinking into the blood-soaked ground, and for the first time there is no fight. There is no fury or rage. Only silence. Only ruin. This is what it always comes to. I remember thinking that battles were glorious once, that there was honor in the fight, in standing with warriors and earning your place among the gods by dying with your weapon in hand. I believed in that once. Wasn't that why I fought? Glory. Honor. The pride of the Norscan warriors, the strength they took in spilling blood for their gods. But here, in this place, standing among the corpses and the broken shields, I can't see it anymore. All I see is death. Death and ruin. The bodies are twisted, lifeless. Some of them still stare up at the sky, their eyes wide, mouths open in a final scream that will never come. This is the price of glory. I feel the beast inside me stir, but not in hunger or fury. It's different now, quieter. Content, even. The bloodlust has been fed, and it's sated for the moment. As I walk through the bodies, I feel the satisfaction rise within me, a twisted sense of fulfillment. I did this. I made this happen. But the human part of me? It recoils in horror. This isn't glory. This isn't honor. It's chaos. I see them, the Norscan warriors who survived. They gather at the edge of the battlefield, picking through the bodies, collecting the spoils. They laugh, shout, raise their weapons to the sky in triumph. For them, this is victory. They've won, and the dead scattered around us are simply the price they paid for it. They chant the names of their gods, thanking them for their strength, for their glory in battle. But I don't feel any of it. Not anymore. I move between the bodies, stepping over limbs, broken shields, faces frozen in terror. Some of them I recognize. Warriors who fought beside me, warriors I once admired. Their bodies are twisted, mangled, broken. I don't know how many of them I killed. I can't remember. Maybe it was all of them. Maybe none. It doesn't matter anymore. It's all the same now. The beast doesn't care. It walks with me, reveling in the carnage, feeling a strange contentment in the blood-drenched snow beneath us. To it, this is a victory. This is the purpose of battle. It doesn't care about honor or glory, only death. It feeds on this, on the ruin we've left behind. But I don't feel it. This is what you wanted, wasn't it? Glory, purpose. This is what it cost. I stop beside a corpse, one of the Norscan chieftains. His body is half buried in the snow, his axe still clutched in his hand, a twisted snarl frozen on his face. His shield lies broken at his side, shattered by a blow that split his skull. He was strong once, proud. He fought for glory, for the gods. And now he's just another body on the field. I stare down at him, and I can't help but wonder. Was it worth it? The word feels hollow now, empty. I believed in it once. I thought it meant something, that the battles, the bloodshed, the death, all of it was for something greater, that there was a purpose to it all. But now, standing here, surrounded by the dead, I can't see it anymore. There's no glory here, no honor, only ruin. I kneel beside the chieftain's body, my claws sinking into the snow. I feel his blood still warm on my hands. For a moment, something stirs in me, something human. I knew men like him. I was men like him. But that's gone now. The beast inside me is content. It licks the blood from my claws, savoring the taste, the warmth. It doesn't think about glory or honor. It doesn't wonder if any of this was worth it. It knows only the blood, the kill, the endless cycle of violence. And in that, it finds its purpose, its satisfaction. This is all you are now. I rise to my feet, leaving the chieftain's body behind, and continue walking through the battlefield. The other Norscans don't come near me. They still look at me with fear in their eyes, whispering among themselves. To them, I'm not a warrior. I'm not one of them. I'm just the thing they unleash in battle, the monster they use to win their wars. And maybe that's all I am now. I glance at the sky, at the dark clouds gathering overhead. The storm hasn't passed. It's still brewing, waiting, just like me. The gods are watching, and they don't care about glory. They care about the blood, about the ruin we've caused in their name. The beast inside me knows this. It accepts it. It embraces it. But the human part of me, it weeps. It clings to something I can barely remember now, an idea, a hope, that there was once more to this than just death, that there was once something worth fighting for. But standing here, surrounded by the bodies, I can't remember what that was. Glory is a lie. The beast within me stirs again, satisfied with the ruin we've left behind, already looking forward to the next battle, the next kill. And I know, deep down, that this will never end. The bloodshed will never stop. The beast will never stop. And no matter how much I try to hold onto that last shred of humanity, it will always win. I look down at my blood-stained claws, and for a moment I wonder if I'll ever feel clean again. But I know the answer. I never will. Chapter 7. The Serpent's Whisper. The mountains rise above us, jagged and cold, their peaks lost in the gray clouds. Snow crunches beneath my hooves as we climb, the wind biting at my fur. But there's something else in the air. Something darker. I feel it before I see it. The presence of something ancient, something twisted. It pulls at me, tugging at my mind, making my blood stir. I don't like this place. The human part of me remembers places like this, hidden shrines, buried deep in the wilds, dedicated to the gods of chaos, forbidden places filled with dark magic. I should turn back. We should all turn back. But we don't. The warband presses on, their eyes gleaming with hunger, driven by something stronger than reason. They've heard the whispers, too. Ahead of us, half buried in the snow, the shrine comes into view. Black stone, cracked and weathered by time, covered in strange carvings and symbols that twist and move when I look at them. I feel a shiver run through me, not from the cold, but from the power radiating from the shrine. It's like a voice, a whisper, calling to me, to all of us. Slaanesh. The name slithers through my mind, and I recoil from it. I remember that name, the serpent god, the bringer of excess, of pleasure and pain, of seduction and madness. I remember the warnings, the teachings of order and law of the empire. I remember how we were taught to resist chaos, to fight against its temptations. But that was a long time ago. The warband stops in front of the shrine, their voices hushed in reverence. I see their eyes, wide with awe, with fear, with desire. They know what this is. They've heard the stories, the legends of Slaanesh, and yet they don't turn away. Instead, they move closer, their hands trembling as they touch the stone, as if drawn by something they can't control. I feel it too. The pull. It's stronger now, like a hand wrapped around my throat, like a voice in my ear, whispering promises of power, of bloodshed, of endless carnage. The beast inside me responds to it, growling in approval, eager for what's to come. It knows this place. It understands the power that lies here, waiting to be unleashed. No, don't listen. The human voice in my head is faint, but it's still there. It fights, clawing its way to the surface, trying to pull me back, trying to remind me of what I once was, of the man I used to be, of the order I once believed in. But the whisper is louder, so much louder. The warband begins to chant, their voices low and guttural, offering their prayers to Slaanesh. I watch as they kneel before the shrine, cutting symbols into their flesh, offering their pain, their blood, their souls to the serpent god. The air is thick with magic now, dark and oppressive, swirling around us like a living thing. I try to resist it. I have to resist it. But the beast doesn't want to resist. It wants to give in. It wants to be consumed by the power of the shrine, to feel the bloodlust rise again, to tear through flesh and bone, to destroy everything in its path. The beast craves destruction, and this place promises it in abundance. I take a step toward the shrine, my claws twitching at my sides. I can feel the power pulsing through the air, wrapping around me, drawing me in. The beast inside me howls with joy, but the human part of me, it weeps. This isn't who you are. This isn't who you were. But who was I? I can't remember anymore. The memories are slipping away, lost in the chaos, in the bloodshed. The man I once was, the one who believed in order, in honor, in something greater than this. He's fading. I can feel him slipping away, further and further, buried beneath the weight of the beast, of the bloodlust. I take another step forward, closer to the shrine. The carvings on the stone seem to move, writhing like snakes, twisting into shapes that I don't understand, but that the beast inside me recognizes. The pull is almost unbearable now, like a hook in my chest, dragging me forward. Stop. Please. You don't have to do this. You don't have to lose yourself. But the human voice is so weak now, so distant. The beast is stronger. It always has been. It always will be. The warband cuts deeper into their flesh, offering more of themselves to Slaanesh. I watch as the blood drips down their arms, pooling in the snow, staining it red. The beast inside me hungers for it. It wants to drink, to feed, to taste the power of the serpent god. I step closer to the shrine, and I feel something break inside me. The last thread of resistance, of humanity, snaps, and the beast howls in triumph. This is what I am now. Not a warrior. Not a man. Not someone who fights for order or honor or glory. I am a beast, a servant of chaos, a bringer of bloodshed and ruin. And here, in this place, in the shadow of Slaanesh, I can feel the full weight of what I've become. There's nothing left. The warband continues to chant, their voices rising in a crescendo filled with devotion, with madness. They're lost to the serpent god now, just as I am. There's no going back from this. Not for them. Not for me. I kneel before the shrine, my claws digging into the blood-stained snow, and I offer myself to the beast, to the bloodlust, to chaos. The last whisper of my human soul fades, swallowed by the darkness. Chapter 8, Red Tides. The sea churns beneath us, dark and cold. The sky above is black, heavy with storm clouds, the air thick with the promise of bloodshed. I stand at the front of the ship, staring out at the fleet ahead, the enemy warships, their banners fluttering in the wind, their warriors ready for slaughter. Our own ships, Norscan built and brimming with killers, cut through the waves like knives through flesh. I feel the cold salt spray on my face, but it does nothing to calm the fire burning inside me. The beast stirs, restless, eager for what's to come. It knows what's waiting: death, violence, chaos. It craves it, hungers for it. The ship is barely holding me back now. Does it even matter anymore? I don't know why I'm still asking myself that question. The answer has been clear for a long time, hasn't it? There's no escape from this. No end. No release. The bloodshed never stops, and I'm trapped in it, caught in a cycle of violence I can't break. Not that I've really tried. I wanted death. I wanted an end. But every time I think I'm close, the battle pulls me back. The blood pulls me back. The beast inside won't let me go. It holds me here, on this path, forcing me to kill again and again. And some part of me, the part that's still human, yearns for an end, for peace, for anything that isn't this endless tide of slaughter. But deep down, I know the truth. There is no peace for me. Not anymore. I grip the rail of the ship as the first enemy warship draws closer. I can hear the shouts of the warriors, the clang of steel, the war horns blaring. The Norscans around me roar their battle cries, their voices filled with bloodlust, with the thrill of the fight. I can feel it too, rising in my chest, my claws twitching at my sides. The beast is ready. The ship slams into the enemy vessel with a sickening crunch of wood and steel. The warriors leap across the gap, axes and swords raised high, and the battle erupts with a fury I've come to know all too well. And just like that, the last thread of restraint snaps. I leap into the fray, claws flashing, teeth bared. I tear into the first man I see, his blood spraying across my face, warm and thick. The beast howls in triumph as I rip him apart, my claws sinking deep into his flesh, shredding him like paper. The sounds of the battle roar in my ears, screams, steel clashing, the crack of wood as the ships grind against each other. But I don't hear it anymore. I don't hear anything but the pounding of my heart, the blood rushing in my veins. I am the storm. I am chaos. The bloodlust consumes me, drowning out everything else. I don't see the warriors around me as men, as Norscans, as anything but meat. Friend and foe, it doesn't matter. They are all the same. Flesh to be torn, blood to be spilled. I slaughter them all, without care, without thought. My claws tear through armor, bone, muscle. My teeth sink into throats, my body a whirlwind of violence, lost in the ecstasy of the kill. Stop. Stop. The human part of me screams, but it's so far away now, buried deep beneath the beast. I can barely hear it anymore. It's fading, slipping further into the darkness with every kill, with every drop of blood spilled. And the beast is drowning it out, roaring in triumph, reveling in the slaughter. I feel the ship tilt beneath me, but I don't stop. I can't stop. The battle rages on, the warriors fall, and all I know is the blood. The warm, sweet taste of it on my tongue, the feel of it running down my claws, the thrill of the kill. Another man falls before me, a Norscan, one of my own. His eyes are wide with shock, his mouth opening in a scream that never comes. My claws sink into his chest and I rip him apart, his blood staining the deck beneath us. No. But the human voice is gone now. I can't hear it anymore. It's nothing but a faint whisper, lost beneath the roar of the beast. And the beast is all that's left. It howls in triumph, its hunger never satisfied, never sated. The battle rages around me, but I don't see it. All I see is the blood, the red tide that rises higher and higher, consuming everything in its path. I am part of it. I am the blood. I am the blood. I am the ruin. The beast is in control now, fully unleashed, fully free. There's nothing left. I kill without care, without thought. I tear through friend and foe alike, lost in the frenzy, in the chaos. The ships around me are on fire, the bodies of the dead floating in the water. But it's all the same. It's all just blood. The red tides rise, and I rise with them, lost in the madness, lost in the bloodlust. The last flicker of my humanity fades. It's over. I'm gone. There is only the beast now. The tides run red with blood, and I know nothing else.